All right, Brandy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. We've got some good discussions on today. I was actually quite impressed. But this is your first time in my life, correct?
Yes, sir. You came up on my FYP.
Okay. Well, how I do things in my life is um, you hold the intention of what it is you want to know or expect to get from the reading. And then I ask my spirit team what you need to know for your highest good and best. And then I step aside and I just let spirit tell you whatever it is they want to tell you. That seems to work well for for me and for all the feedback I get. So I don't change it. So if you can hold your intentions as I do, and we'll see what we get. As soon as I try to connect with an energy, I got a lot of my goose pimples, and for some reason I'm seeing like a little boy in like a plaid shirt and bib overalls, but also we're out like at grandma's house out in the country, um, a meadowy with like a white barn in the background or some type of white structure. Don't know if that makes sense, but it don't have to. It's just a vision and the clairvoyance things that was coming through. Okay, I guess those are the ones. I went to pull the cards, but two of them wouldn't come off the table, so I guess these are the ones I'm supposed to be reading for you. I use oracle cards, and they're different from tarot because they're more themed and they have a thing. I read the caption to you. If it makes sense to you, great. If not, that's no big deal because I only use the image. You'll see the captions here, but I use that part for the message. But the image sometimes the caption sometimes is very beneficial to the sitter. So the caption here says angel of family. The angels surround both you and your family at the moment. I felt anxiety or stress or really nervousness after I read that. I don't know why that I felt that. And the second card was angel of manifestation. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance is paid off. I feel like you worry a lot. I feel like you got a lot of things on your plate, but yet you worry about things that you don't always have control of. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And they're making me feel like sometimes you even lay awake at night and worry about some stuff that doesn't make any importance of. But it's worrisome to you because you're that type of person. You want everybody to be happy. You want everything to go well. So you go so hard at it to make everybody else happy, but you forget about yourself to the point where you might even lay awake at night and just think about different situations and how you can make it better, or even if you can. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But Spirit's also telling me that if you during your sleep, if they're not already, that's when they're approaching you the most, because as you know, that's where the subconscious mind lies. That's when we're asleep. That's when we're the most subconscious, um, willingly. Outside, if we meditate, and then we can get into that same state. And they're telling me that that's when they come and try to guide you and give you encouragement and guidance and advice, lack of better words, on how to move forward with different things. And there's a saying that they're trying to explain how you. They're just putting all kinds of stuff for me to say, and I can't. It's all blending, merging together. They just need to slow down a minute. They're trying to say that they recognize all your hopes and dreams, and before you go to bed, throw those up into the universe. Because then, right as when you go to bed, you're going to start getting all these thoughts and ideas during your sleep, and then have a journal and write those down, but also write down what you were wanting, how you were feeling, where you're at, and then those messages will start making more sense. Because they're saying that right now, there's some emotional things that are more important to you that need to be addressed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I still can't shake this I still can't shake this, lack of better words, frog on my throat or the scratchiness and disability to talk. But as I'm giving you your message, it keeps getting stronger and stronger, and almost where I can't breathe. And I still am playing with my hand, either playing or scratching with my hands. So I don't know if you had somebody who transitioned, who had those behaviors while here, or this may have caused their transition, or if it resonates with you. If not, somebody out there so how, because it ain't this spirit ain't going to go away until I find them.
I can relate to that. Yes,
Okay.
my mother.
Okay. Because this just keeps going on, and I got all these goose pimples and the throat, and now I feel like my throat just cleared up. So I really feel that that might be where it was supposed to go. And my hand, I kept doing this, like rubbing right here, and it doesn't nearly feel like it needs to be rubbed and scratched as much. But so, and maybe that's where the family's card coming in, because I'm ready to transition second card, and all these the scratchiness and stuff's come through. So I feel like she's trying to come through, and I think the reason she's touching that is about the family and the dreams, and wanting you to focus on yourself. She's saying that the family will do fine with or without you, although we feel like we have to be a part of it. We don't always have to be. We just care so much that we want to be. Does that make a difference? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So the angel manifestation. This card to me is more about uh, work and work paying off. And this is where I'm feeling that I want to show you the heart coming around, and then the heart on the star on the heart. When I see the 5 point, and I want to show you the other cards just so you see where I came from. And there's the other card. But the star on the heart is making me feel that maybe there's the grounding. We're coming out of winter where maybe grounding wasn't so easy to do. And she's just saying that some of the heartaches and some of the pain and stuff you carry in your heart, when you find your happiness and when you're out doing things, you don't think about it and you don't feel it as much. And that's why, because you're putting yourself at a higher vibration. When you allow yourself to drop in vibration, that's when all the heartache and all the negativity and all the stuff is allowed to fester, because that's where the thoughts and ideas are at, and that's where we're sending our energy. She's just saying it's going to be very important for you to take care of yourself. She's saying that you neglect yourself and it affects you in more ways than you understand. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
She's making me feel, she's putting you and her side by side, and kind of like making me feel like that she's trying to compare the fact that that's exactly what she did. She didn't take care of herself the way she should have, and she put her everybody else in front of her, and at the end she paid because her health and stuff diminished quicker than what it should have, because she gave all of her energy to other people. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And so she's saying that she wished she would allowed. She's saying she wished she would allow the people to do for her as much as they did at the end throughout her life, instead of waiting to the end. Does that make sense?
Yes.
She's saying because if she would allow people to help her and let her know that they were okay and they were able to do on their own without her help, she wouldn't have to worry so much, and her health wouldn't have gotten as bad. Okay, I feel like that whatever happened, it went quick, because she said it wouldn't have got bad so quickly. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
And so she's saying, don't let this happen to you. Make sure you take care of yourself first. Fill your own cup and then pour out of a full cup. Don't try to pour from an empty cup. For some reason, I'm smelling and I'm seeing apple pie. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And it's like she pulled this apple pie out of the oven, and then she just, like, okay, I'm done. It's done. That's what I wanted. And the apple pie is being used as a symbol of a metaphor of she done all this work and she put all this effort into it, and something turned out beautifully. and now she's given it to somebody else, to the family, to reunion, to friends, family, whatever the case may be. She invested this work, and her work is done, and now she has to give it to us. So the work that you've done to your kids and your family that are young adults or people who you're worrying about who should be doing their own thing, you already put your work into them. Give it to the world and just sit back and watch and enjoy how they grow as humans. She's wanting me to express love to you because she's showing me my sign for love beyond. She's given roses. Uh, did she like red roses? Because normally I get like all different colors, but I'm getting like 3 or 4 red roses that are coming over my shoulder. And it's like a continuous, like not just one, it's a bunch. She loved a bunch, and she wants you to know that.
Oh,
She's giving me a nice little tap on my shoulder, so I don't know if that's like good boy, you gave the message I wanted. So, and I feel that maybe when she was proud of you or you done something really well, she would tap you on the shoulder, or she's wanting me to tell you that when she's around, she taps you on the shoulder.
okay, that makes
So is that right?
sense. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're feeling those taps and you feel like something's there, and there's not, just acknowledge. Just go ahead. If you want to reach out and grab and just tap along with her, and try to touch the hand, and she's saying that if you do that, and if you do that with purpose and awareness, you will feel the energy.
Oh, that's great.
She said because you sense her there, so it's okay. And I will tell you from my experience, the best way for them to keep coming and keep giving you signs and keep talking to you is validation. Validate the fact that you recognize it and give gratitude and appreciation that they are stopping by. Oh, thanks, Mom. I'm so glad you're here watching this show with me. Or, thanks, Mom. I'm so glad you're here. Whatever the case may be. But to validate the experience and give gratitude. She's scolding you at the end, and she says, "But don't forget what we just talked about." So it sounds like that. It sounds like she
Yeah.
would, if you brought home a bad grade, for example, or something you misbehaved, she would set you down and talk to you and scold you and tell you all the reasons why and da 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 da. But then she'd get on a tangent about something else that she knew would bring joy back to your face, and then she'd circle back and say, "But don't forget what we talked about, baby."
That's my mother. Yes.
Okay, because we went on this serious subject, and then she went off on something over here, and then she came back and she said, "But don't forget what we talked about." And so I'm going to end it with there. Hopefully that makes sense to you, and you was able to get what you need. Thank you for coming on, Brandy.
the
When I do these lives, they're always so important, and especially when loved ones come through and give us those type of messages.
the card with
So,
hearts. I love hearts. I've always
yeah,
loved hearts.
uh-huh.
And when my mother comes through, she's come through a couple of times with me, but she's very obvious. She makes sure she gets my attention. I was sitting in my van one time. My husband went into the store. I'm sitting in the van by myself. He took the keys with him. Well,
Mhm.
I'm sitting there, it's quiet, and the van starts up, and then it shuts off, and it starts up, and it shuts off. And I'm like, Mom, is that you? And the van immediately started up again. And I started laughing. I'm like, I'm so glad you're here. And I just started talking to her. When
And
my
that's
mother
how.
shows up, she makes she
Do
makes
you have a
sure I know.
sister? Do you have a sister?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's that. Then the first card is just mainly about family then, because it had 3 women. I thought that's kind of going to be kind of funny if she has a sister and she's making me pop at that, bringing that up. But yeah, that's what was in here. There's a little heart thing. So, all right. Well, many blessings to you, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.